Welcome back to another video. My name is Jenny Hansen Lane. If you have ever wondered why you should be using ads for your book income stream machine, I'm going to talk about that today. Let's go. Okay, so when I started learning Amazon ads, I knew how to run Facebook ads. And when you run Facebook ads, you have to pay Zuckerberg per impression. Every time that something comes across the feed, you are charged money for it. So it doesn't matter if people don't like it, doesn't matter if people buy it, you're charged. So when I learned that Amazon advertising for Kindle Direct Publishing books was pay per click, I was really excited because that means that I'm not being penalized for Amazon showing my book off. That essentially means when you use ads for your book, it's like Jeff Bezos is giving you a billboard for free. Because you're not paid for impressions, right? And so I started learning this in 2022, and that's when my account skyrocketed. That's how I was able to sell over 400,000 in retail. Okay, just retail, not profits. We're not there yet. But here's the really cool thing that happens when you run ads. Number one, when you run an automatic ad, Amazon will give you data. And the data will tell you what customers are buying and what they're clicking on. Okay. The second thing that happens is that you actually get that data inside your account. You can export that to go research. I know a lot of you use tools like Publisher Rocket, AMZ Expander, or even BookBeam. Even Book Scout has, even the books, what is that, Book Bolt. There are so many different softwares that you can use for your ads. But the best keyword research, you guys, comes from the data you get inside of your ads account because nobody else has that, okay? So the second part of this is when you run an automatic ad, there's 4 categories that Amazon will distribute your book for. That is loose match, close match, substitute, and exact, okay? So inside of here, each is like its own algorithm where Amazon is going to search for your customer with that book. So essentially you have 4 different algorithms to find you sales. Inside of there is search terms that come up when you do an automatic ad. Those search terms tell you what the customer is typing in. To me, this is gold. To me, this is how I've been able to scale my book income stream machine over and over again and have consistent paychecks every 60 days. And this has been 2 years. Some of the books that I created 2 years ago is what is paying me at the end of this month. And so it really is valuable to be able to leverage ads in this way. Now you might be thinking how do you actually make the ads profitable? And that means you can't be running ads to a book that's $3.99. If you had 3,000 of them, maybe. But even then, I would want you to get your investment back. And so my number one strategy to make ads profitable is, this is probably unpopular and maybe a little controversial, but I want to be the most expensive book in the category. If I believe the book is quality, if I believe that I can compete, it's a good cover, it's good content, then why not be a premium brand for print on demand? Okay. So if I am publishing something in a category and I see that there are books that are selling really well at $8.99, I will come in at $9.99. And I will run ads. And then the first thing that I do after I get my first sell is I raise the price of my book. And you might be thinking how is that fair to the customer? If it's a good book, people will buy. I just finished reading the book Superfans by Pat Flynn. And it talks about that people actually will pay to have their problem solved. And so if you are confident in your book creation strategy and you feel like you're creating a book that is high quality, then it is a disservice to price it low because people's perceptions are tuned into that. If, the dollar store, we kind of know that products at the dollar store are either smaller quantity, they're closeout, or they're just not made that great. It's also really difficult to find products made in the USA at the dollar store. Anyway, so manufacturing, totally different conversation. But what I'm sharing, why I'm saying this with you is I think a lot of you sell yourself short. I think a lot of you think, well, I'm just getting started. I'm going to make this book, it costs $2.85 to publish a 6x9 100-page notebook. And after shipping, I'm going to price it at $3.99. I'm going to get 4 or 5 cents royalties. All that work for 4 or 5 cents is discouraging, right? It is so discouraging. So I don't want you to do that, especially if you guys feel like you're proud of your book and you would buy your book yourself. That is the answer. Now, the other question people ask me is like, Jenny, how do I know if my book is priced too high? And from my own personal experience, the only thing I can really share is if it's kind of painful for you to buy yourself, then it probably is a little priced too high. I have a prompted journal. I haven't bought it in a year, but I'll go ahead and buy that every now and again. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of painful because I know, it sells really well. But I might not be the best customer for it, okay? And there is just something in the world of marketing and sales that we need to remember is that sometimes we're not the customer, okay? I remember the first time that I spent $5,000 on a coach. It was so painful. And I look back now and I'm like, if it solved the problem, it was worth it, right? And now I have spent much, much more. My most recent investment was a business wealth coach, and I've been thinking about bringing him on the channel because the things that he is teaching me are incredible, and it's teaching me tax strategies and how to actually save the money that I'm making from Amazon KDP royalties, the money that I make from my YouTube channel, which is pennies, and the money that I make from being a business coach, teaching people about marketing, teaching people how to grow an email list, and teaching people the very important foundations of scaling an offer, launching an offer. So I just want you to know that it is a great place to be able to advertise your book on Amazon and just pay per click instead of impressions. So if you haven't run ads, always start with an automatic ad. Don't do a manual ad with thousands of keywords because that just means whatever your bid amount is, it has to cover all of those keywords. So start simple, scale slowly, and let me know how I can help you guys. I have tons of videos on Amazon ads, but the more feedback you give me, the better I'm able to deliver these videos to help you along your way. And like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Love you guys. Peace out.